Hi there. Here is a 15-minute sequence that you can do any time of the day. It's great if you're an athlete or if you just worked out and you want to open your body with some yogic stretching. So it's just a short sequence that you can move through whenever you need it. And we'll start in child's pose. And draw your knees really wide to the edges of your mat. Bring your big toes together to touch. Melt your hips back to your heels. Reach your fingertips forward. And then rest your forehead down on your mat. And just take a few breaths, connect to your body. Notice where you're feeling any tension or tightness, discomfort. And breathe into those spaces, long breaths in to expand. And slow exhales to contract and release. And just take a couple more breaths here on your own. Same length inhales. And same length exhales. And now walk your hands to the right side of your mat, just creating a stretch up the left waist. Keep your left sit bone grounded on your left heel. Breathe through the left side body. If you want more of a stretch, you can place your left hand on top of your right. And take a couple breaths. And then on your in-breath, walk your hands through center and exhale, switch sides. Now ground the right sit bone down, breathe up the right waist. And just rest your forehead down. If you took the left hand on top of the right on the first side, this time you'll take the right hand on top of the left. And then slowly back to center. Take one more full round of breath. Reach forward, tense your fingertips on the mat, lift your forearms. And on your next in-breath, rise up to tabletop, hands and knees. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Spread all 10 fingers wide. Inhale to cow pose. Let your belly fall, lift the gaze, soften your shoulders out of your ears. And exhale, cat, round and dome, chin to chest, navel in. And again, inhale to cow, belly falls, gaze lifts. And exhale, cat, round and dome. And move through a few more of those. Just articulate through your spine. Notice where you feel any extra tightness, any stiffness. And check in intuitively. Just notice what your body needs. Maybe some movement in the wrists, the ankles, stretching into the forearms by turning your fingertips towards your body. And then slowly back to a neutral spine. Reach your right arm to the sky. Take a big breath in. Exhale, thread the needle. Take the right arm behind your left. Just rest your right ear down. You can keep your left hand here if that feels better, or you can extend your left fingertips forward. And you're just stretching and opening into the upper back, the rear deltoid on the right side. If you want a little bit more stretch and balance challenge, you can take your left arm up and around for a half bind. You can capture the waist or the inner right thigh, and you'll feel this through the chest and shoulder on the left side. And again, just breathe into any of those spots you're holding tension. And a couple more breaths. And then slowly unwind. Your left hand will come back under your left shoulder. Just press up. Re-extend your right arm to the sky. Take a breath in. And exhale back to center tabletop. Take a moment just to neutralize the spine. And then we'll do the other side. Left arm lifts on the in-breath. Exhale, thread the needle. Take the left arm behind. Relax your shoulder out of your ear. And rest your left ear down. Go where you did on the first side. So again, you can reach your right fingertips forward. Or you can take your right arm up and around for the half bind. And keep your breath steady and calm. Again, using the breath to release the energy, anything that feels stuck or tight. Just a couple more breaths here. And then unwind. Bring your right hand back under your right shoulder. Again, push down. Inhale, re-extend left arm to the sky, counter stretch. And then exhale back to center. Take a big breath in. Exhale, puppy pose. Walk your fingertips forward. Press your heart down towards your mat. Keep your hips lifted high over your knees so it's a little different than child's pose. You can rest your forehead down or your chin down for a bigger stretch. And just opening into the chest, the shoulders. And one more slow round of breath. And on your next inhale, walk your hands back in underneath your shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just tuck your toes, lift your hips to the sky. And pedal out your feet here. Take some natural movement. This should just feel really good in your calves, your hamstrings, your spine. Again, always checking with the body. Notice where you're feeling those areas of tension. And then settle into your down dog. Soften your knees. Lengthen your spine. So if you feel any rounding in your low back, just bend your knees a little more. It doesn't matter if your legs are straight, and it doesn't matter if your heels touch. Relax the tension in the neck. Let your ears just rest in between your biceps. And roll the inner arm forward. Push your fingertips, knuckles, inner palms down. And take one more full round of breath. And deep inhale. As you exhale, just walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Take a nice fold at the back of your mat. Keep your feet wide. You can even widen the stance a little if you'd like. Bend your knees a lot. Let your belly rest on your thighs. Grab opposite elbows or let the pinkies just rest in the elbow crease. Again, find a nice little sway, some organic movement. You can shake out your head yes and no. And stay here. Just reach your hands behind your back. Find a chest expansion. Interlace all 10 of your fingers. And do your best to squeeze your palms together. Roll your shoulders out of your ears. Draw the shoulder blades in and let your head fall even heavier towards the mat. You'll feel this through the spine, the low back. And one more inhale. And exhale, release your hands to the mat. Keep your left hand down. You can always put a block underneath your hand or just come to the fingertips. Inhale, your right arm lifts. Bend your left knee, stretch and lengthen the right hamstring. Right ribs draw back. Maybe your gaze lifts if that feels okay in your neck. And one more inhale. And exhale, back to center. Right hand down. Inhale, your left arm lifts. Now bend the right knee, lengthen the left hamstring. Left ribs draw back. Again, just let all of this feel really good in your body. And one more breath in. And exhale, back to center. Inhale to a halfway. Let's just find a flat back. You can always bring your hands to your shin bones. Bend your knees enough to take the pressure out of the low back and the hamstrings. So your back is like a tabletop from your sacrum all the way through the crown of the head. Nice length. Take one more breath in. And back to down dog as you exhale. Just walk your hands back to your downward facing dog. Now lift your right leg to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. If it doesn't land there, you can always slide it forward. Stack your right knee over right heel. Pull your shoulders out of your ears and just open into the left quad. Now bring your left knee to the earth. Inhale, half split, shift back. Just opening into the hamstring. Flex your toes towards your face. You can walk your hands back or use blocks under your hands. Bend your right knee more if you feel tightness in the low back. Lengthen the spine as you breathe in. Hinge from your hips, fold as you exhale. Couple more breaths. And one more breath in. Exhale, just rebend. Inhale, arms to the sky, crescent moon. Get a nice big stretch through the front body. Avoid overarching the back. Pull your lower abs in. Reach through your fingertips. Now capture your left wrist, inhale. Exhale, side bend to your right. Pull the right hip in, draw the left shoulder back. You're just stretching and lengthening through the waist. And then back to center as you inhale. Exhale, low lunge, lift your back knee, lengthen the spine as you breathe in. Exhale, Prasarita, just pivot to the side of your mat. Turn your big toes in a little bit. Lengthen on your in-breaths and fold on your out-breaths. And you can just let this feel good. You can grab for your legs or feet. Pull yourself in a little closer and use your breath to help open the body. And then we'll add on here, just face your right leg, grab on with your left hand, send your right arm to the sky. Maybe you pull your forehead a little closer to your knee. And then back to center, lengthen on the inhale. And exhale, other side, grab on with the right hand, left arm lifts. And back to center, lengthen as you inhale. And low lunge, exhale, just pivot back to the front of your space. Good, ground your palms. Step right into your downward facing dog. And reset, just take a long inhale and a slow exhale. Inhale, your left leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge, step your foot between your hands. Again, take your time, you can lengthen your stance. Feel the stretch through the right quad. And then bring your right knee down, inhale, half split, and just shift back. One side usually feels a little more tight than the other, so take your time. You can walk your hands further back, or again, put blocks underneath your hands. Bend your left knee as much as you need to. Grow long through the spine as you inhale. Hinge from your hips and fold as you exhale. And one more breath in. Exhale, just rebend. Inhale, crescent moon, arms to the sky. Left hip draws in, tuck the pelvis just slightly under. Keep your abs activated to support your spine. Reach and extend through the fingertips. Just get that really nice stretch through the front body. Pull the shoulders down and draw your shoulder blades in. And now capture your right wrist, inhale. Exhale, side bend left. Hug the left hip in and draw your right shoulder back. Just breathe and lengthen up the waist. And inhale back to center. Exhale, hands come to your mat. And tuck your toes, just lift your back knee, lengthen the spine on the inhale. Exhale, Prasarita. Again, the standing straddle fold. Turn your toes in a little bit. And you have the option here to find another chest expansion. Just really good to open the pectoral muscles and the deltoids. Reach your hands back. Again, interlace the palms. Try to get all the way to the webbing. Squeeze the palms in. Let your head fall really, really heavy. And feel the weight shift a little bit forward into the balls of the feet. And deepen your breath. And one more inhale. And exhale, just release your hands to the mat. Again, find a flat back as you inhale. Exhale, low lunge, just pivot forward. And ground your palms, step right back to your downward facing dog. And take a big breath in. And a slow breath out. And simply lower your knees to the mat. And take a seat at the top of your space. Draw the soles of your feet together. Let your knees butterfly open. And lengthen as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. And only go as low as it feels good. And sometimes it helps to walk your hands forward. Tense your fingertips on your mat. You can also always take your blocks. You can stack the blocks as a place to rest the head. And just really learn to listen to your body and what it needs. And then slowly rise up, draw your knees together, extend your legs forward, flex your feet, bend your knees enough to sit up really tall, reach up as you inhale, hinge from your hips and fold as you exhale, just breathing along the back body. And on your inhale, rise slowly. And exhale, just lower all the way down to your back. Once you're there, hug your knees into your heart. Find happy baby. Let your knees fall wide. Stack your heels over your knees. You can grab for the outer inner foot or piece fingers to your big toes. You can also hold on to your ankles. So if your hips want to lift or your head needs to lift, then hold lower on the ankles or the legs. And you can also extend the legs if that feels good. Take a little rock side to side. And then draw your knees back together. Find a figure four stretch. Bring your left foot to the ground, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, flex your right toes up towards your knee joint. It's just better for the knee. It stabilizes the knee by activating the muscles around the knee joint. Option to thread the needle. Your right arm reaches through the window of the thighs. You can use your right elbow to encourage the right knee open. And then keep the shape of the legs. Just open your arms wide to your sides. Take a breath in. As you exhale, let your legs fall to your left in the figure four shape. Keep your shoulders down and gaze gently over your right shoulder. Feel a little extra stretch through the outer right hip and glute and a release through your spine. And gently unravel through center. Give yourself a little squeeze. We'll switch sides. Right foot down. Left ankle crosses right thigh. And again, option to thread the needle. Press the left knee open. Deepen your breath. Again, into the areas you're holding tension. And then we'll add the figure 4 twist. Expand your arms, breathe in. As you exhale, your legs fall to the right and gaze out over your left shoulder. And just breathe into any little pops or cracks. A lot of times that feels good. And slowly back to center again. Draw your knees into your heart. Give a little squeeze. Again, rock side to side. And then we'll end in a seat. Grab for your hamstrings. Just rock up to a seat on your mat. And cross your legs. You can bring your palms to your thighs or to your heart center. And just take a deep breath in. Fill up to the very top of your lungs. And cleansing exhale, let something go from your mind. Release any tension or tightness you're holding mentally, emotionally. A lot of times we hold that in the physical body as well. And once more, deep breath in. And complete breath out. And thank you for joining me. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. And I will see you soon. As always, drink a lot of water and eat something nourishing for your body. Sending love.